Hey YouTube, welcome back to Live Long and Freeze Dry. I know we spend a lot of time down in the freeze dryer room, putting things in the blue Alpine, taking things out of the blue Alpine, and then packaging them up. Well, I thought it was about time maybe we would go shopping in the freeze dryer room. Right here I've got the ingredients for dinner tonight. I'm gonna make a shepherd's pie with shredded chicken, and we're gonna use freeze-dried items. So let's get to it. We'll pull out the stuff out of the bag, show you what it is when it was freeze-dried, and then we'll go about reconstituting the items and putting together a dinner. Bear with me. Okay guys, so we made our little trip through the freeze dryer room, through the pantry, and here are the items we're going to be working with here. We've got a can of mushroom soup. This is some freeze-dried cheese. Freeze-dried mixed vegetables. This is a bag of the freeze-dried rotisserie chicken that we did last week. And then here we have a bag of freeze-dried mashed potatoes that was done in May of 25. So, got some water going in the electric kettle, and we're going to start portioning this stuff out, getting it in some bowls, adding some water to it, and get this thing put together. I probably won't have to use this entire bag of mashed potatoes, so I'm going to cut the bag open just below the heat seal were the Yukon Gold, and they were not peeled. So we'll start pouring some here in the bowl. Pull out the oxygen absorber there. This where you can see it a little better. And that right there should be about the amount that we would need to make for the mashed potato topping of the shepherd's pie. Okay, the next item we're going to look at here will be the vegetables. These vegetables were also done back in May of 2025. We're going to get the old lodge here. Get it heating up so that we can add the vegetables and the chicken and the mushroom soup and get that all kind of worked up together before we put it in the casserole pan. And I don't know why, but I put olive oil in everything. So we've got that. Our water is almost boiled. And the next thing we're going to open up is the rotisserie chicken. And again, I'm not going to be having to use the entire thing, so I'm going to cut just below the heat seal so that I can reseal the bag, put it back up. Oxygen absorber out. Okay, our water is boiled, and we're going to go ahead and put a little bit onto our chicken. It's always better to go with a little less than you think you need as opposed to putting more than you need. Boiling water there, and some boiling water on the mashed potatoes. Mashed potatoes usually take quite a bit. Stir here on the veggies. A little stir here on the chicken. Now when I freeze dry the potatoes, basically wash them. Like I said, sometimes I'll peel them, sometimes I don't. As yellow as this is looking, I think this is one that I did not peel. And so I don't season it. I mean, I might put salt, pepper, and garlic powder in it, but as far as like butter, Try to keep the butter out. Don't need that fat. Fat in your freeze-dried food will shorten the shelf life. And we're all about making the stuff last longer. So we've got our vegetables. One thing you'll notice about freeze-drying carrots, they lose their orange color and they turn kind of a pale peach or a white. Doesn't change the flavor or the texture, just for some reason the orange color gets dried out of them or something. Okay, let's see what our chicken's doing here. Give that a little bit of water yet. So that ought to be all we need for that. And I'm going to take the chicken and drop it into my pan. Get it going. Next thing that will go in are the veggies. Followed by our ever popular can of cream of mushroom soup. We go through a ton of this stuff. And this makes up the base of the recipe for the shepherd's pie. I know mostly people, layer it in. They put the meat or they put the veggies in the bottom, and then they'll put the meat on top of the veggies, and then they'll put the mashed potatoes on top of that. This is just kind of, I don't know. I mean, it's all going to cook down together anyway. So let me grab a casserole pan. Okay, so we've got our Pyrex casserole pan ready to go. I'm going to let this cook down a little bit more, kind of get it to gel up a bit, hit it with the house seasoning, garlic powder, salt and pepper. Give it a good stir in there. Looks pretty decent. I'll go ahead and kill that. Too many cameras. Too many cameras. What do we got there? Pour into the casserole pan. little scrape down. Now normally, when I make a shepherd's pie, I sprinkle the cheese on the top. But being that this cheese has been freeze-dried, and it's going to need to reconstitute, I'm going to sprinkle it on top of this mixture, and then put the potatoes on top of that, and allow it to reconstitute with the moisture that's in the product already. So it might not be as pretty on top when it's done, but we're getting all the essential elements, all the essential ingredients are going to be in there. Okay. And now everyone's favorite part, mashed potatoes. Don't say it ain't your favorite part. Take that, drop it in there. It smells so good. And again, this is all stuff. Some of it has been in storage for now, what, 14, 15 months? Give it a move around here. Looks delicious. I am going to make sure I haven't stored anything in the oven. So, oven's heating up. Pie's all put together. When the oven reaches temperature, I'm going to go ahead and slide this in, cook it for 35 minutes. Then I will turn the oven off, turn the broiler on, and give it another 5 minutes to kind of put a golden brown look on the top of that. And then it'll be time to dig in. Hopefully Becky's home by then. Otherwise, she's going to come home to a not so pristine shepherd's pie. So hang on, hang out. Be about an hour for me, a couple seconds for you. All right, guys, we're back. Shepherd's pie should be done. It's been in here for probably 45 minutes total with the baking time, and then under the broiler to give it a little color. And remember, this is all stuff that was cooked before, freeze dried, put into storage, and then brought back out, reconstituted, and made into a meal for tonight. And just take a look at that thing. That's just, look at that bubbly goodness. The potatoes are browned. The gravy in there with the meat and the vegetables all bubbling like crazy. And I'm excited. Well, actually, I'm just hungry. It's been a heck of a day. So let's serve some of this up and give it a try. Oh, look at that goodness. So there we have it, piping hot. I don't know if you can see the steam rolling off of this thing, but it just looks amazing. The cheese is all nice and gooey, melty in there in the middle. And here we go. Ten out of 10, folks. This stuff is amazing. Get yourself a freeze dryer, Blue Alpine, check them out. There's a link in the description. When everybody's out there eating crap because things went sideways or whatever, you're at home, piping hot shepherd's pie made with stuff you freeze dried and put in storage a year ago. Believe me, it's a good investment. Check them out. Until next time, live long and freeze dry.